But yeah. This is Queen Talks podcast. You have your girl Queen. That's me, of course. This is episode 21. And it's called Do You Want to Be Happy? Do you? You know, oftentimes we ponder on things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, and we get so caught up and so distracted. I'm about to start going in. But we get so distracted by the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. Seriously. And it really puts us in a mental mind frame like, man, I'm going through all of this stuff and I'm just really stressed out and I'm just really feeling some type of way. Like, what am I supposed to do? And you know, sometimes I sit back and I play that song, Do You Want to Be Happy? Because it's like, I'm really literally my own worst enemy. Like, I'm creating havoc even harder than a situation that I'm already in, you know? And it can be the smallest minute situation and we can turn it into a big catastrophe. Because we're tending to overthink and overanalyze and overfill, you know, the situation out. Like, it's good, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard in a sense because it's like, man, I'm really going through this, but at the same time it's like, all right, I've been here before, I've had to deal with this situation before. What do I do? How am I going to handle it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not just with situations, but even with relationships, even just overanalyzing everything in your life. And it's like, do you really want to be happy? Or do you want to just sit around and be upset and be mad and miserable all the time? Because some things are just beyond our control and we have to understand that we're not going to be able to fix everything. So, we can only do what we can do. You know? And I think a lot of the time we stress ourselves out with what we have going on and how we're handling things and how we're handling situations because we want to look at it just from our standpoint and our standpoint only, but you don't know if it's affecting other people. You don't know if it's affecting, you know, how you're going to perform in certain situations and all that. It could be work stress. It could be home life. It could be just simple things like not enough money, you know, for gas in your car. Little things like that. Like, we tend to make everything so analytical and so overanalyzed that we tend to lose our sight of what it is we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. So I have to ask the question, do you want to be happy? Like, do you want to feel joy? Or do you want to sit here and just ride where you are in the midst of your situation, in the midst of your storm? Because you can move mountains for all type of different things. But in that moment, it's so funny because it happens to me all the time. Like, I can sit back and speak life into everybody else, but the moment I'm in the midst of a situation, I'm falling apart and I'm crumbling. This is part of the faith process. It's like, where's your faith, girl? Like, what are you doing? Why are you so distraught? Like, you say you trust God and you trust this situation to be better, you know what I'm saying? But you overanalyze and you're overthinking everything and putting yourself into a position where you're like, man, am I really trusting? Like, God, like I say, I'm trusting him because I'm like over here really freaking out and going crazy in my head. I'm not. I'm really not. And I think it happens to the best of us all the time because we're like, okay, I really want to do this and I really want to do that and I really want to try to hold it together and get my composure together in this situation, but I just really don't know how. And what I'm understanding and growing to know is sometimes we're not going to have it all figured out. But there are people around us that are praying for us, that are pushing and encouraging us. And it's like, okay, I'm going to choose to have a good day today. I want to choose to just not think about the things that I am burdened with right now at this moment, because it's nothing that I can do to solve it at this moment. But there's a solution to every problem. There's always a solution to every problem, you know? And to be sitting back and overanalyzing and just stressing myself half to death, like, man, that's how life is short. Because I really believe God gave us all of this to be able to live and be sufficient in our living. But I'm not sufficient in my living if I'm stressed out and worried about everything that comes my way. So it's like, do I really want to be happy? Or am I just psyching myself out because that's what I'm telling myself? Like, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm good. Alright. At some point, we have to stop telling ourselves everything's all good and deal with the stuff spot on. That means dealing with trauma from childhood, dealing with catastrophes that come our way, dealing with everyday innuendos. We have to handle it. But the only way that we'll be able to handle it is if we admit that we have these issues going on. Because the moment that you start peeling off the layers, that's the moment healing begins. So the moment healing begins, the closer you are to actually feeling happy. Those things that are deeply rooted inside of you, those things that make you feel like you just can't go forward, or you can't go on, or you can't do this and you can't do that. Newsflash, we are our own worst enemy. We can literally sit and think ourselves into a frenzy. I've seen it happen. I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think yourself into such a frenzy because you're having this self-pity party about all these things that you went through in your past, and now it's affecting you in your adulthood, and now you can't handle it. You can't handle anything that's coming your way. So you're spewing fire and venom on everything and everybody. It's like spitting vomit on people. Because you have all of these things going on inside of you. Nobody really knows what's going on because you don't want to talk to anybody about it. You don't want anybody to really know what you're dealing with and what you're going through. So now it's turning into misery, and misery turns into bitterness. And now we have bitter people walking around feeling some type of way because they have not addressed the people that hurt them or addressed the situations, because everybody's so amped to hold everything on the inside. At some point, you have to release it. At some point, it'll come out of you. You know what I'm saying? It'll come out of you so much so to the point that you begin hurting people. So it's like, do I want to be happy, or do I want to be upset, mad, and bitter about things that are beyond my control? Because what if you never get that apology that you're looking for? What if you never get those answers that you're looking for? Then what? Do you continue to be upset, mad, and angry? Or do you do the work that you need to do so that you can push forward, so that you can taste happiness? Because being sad, mad, bitter, and upset and angry all the time is going to result to something more probably brutal than anything. Because it's only so much that a person can hold in and bottle in before they explode. All of those bad days are going to start getting worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, the reality lies in you. Do I want to grow? Or do I want to continue to go down where I shrivel up on the inside and my heart is so hard and bitter and I'm so rotten that I'm spewing it everywhere that I go? Like, I get people have gone through, situations, trials, and so many different things that can cause them to feel a certain type of way. But it's so funny because those same people will sit back and see other people that act the same way as them and be like, what's wrong with them? The same thing that's wrong with you. They've been holding things inside of them and they are no longer happy. They're so mixed up and upset, and you don't have, we don't have the resources to give them because people are so quick to judge, and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to help her or I don't want to help him because every time I try to help them, they bite me. Man, there's power in prayer for people and there's power in love. And I really believe that if you show a person love and you begin praying for them, if you really believe what the Lord is saying to you in your spirit, He can change whatever the situation and the circumstances be. So nobody can tell me that He's locked into this little bitty box that we put Him in to make it seem like, He's not there, or this isn't some type of, this their favorite line, this isn't real, like I don't believe anything that you're saying to me because you're not showing me love, like you're mad and you're bitter, you're this and you're that. They just want to combat everything that you say to them. But when the love of God resonates in you and is really truly in you, it's gonna be in you. So despite of what a person thinks or has to say, you just have to do what you have to do, and you have to keep loving people regardless of their circumstances, their situations, because if God can forgive us over and over and over and over and over again, we need to get to a place where we forgive people over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying be no fool and let people stomp on your neck, but what I am saying is forgive them, let it go, and move along. Whether you speak to this person or you don't, that's your decision. But what I am telling you is there comes a time in the day where you do have to lay down, I have to lay down, we all have to lay down at some point or another and give up the ghost. So while we're here, we need to be figuring out what it is we need to work out of ourselves so that we can be happy, we can be efficient, we can coincide with people. Because I see so many hurt people who can't coincide with anyone right now at this moment because they're hurting. And it's up to us to show that love. Because people do need love, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't experienced love and you have these bad behaviors that you learn, it's kind of hard to unlearn them when you don't have a circle of people around you to show you love. Like I said, love has no conditions. You know what I'm saying? It has no type of condition. It's us that put conditions on everything. I'm not doing this because she's treating me a certain type of way, or I'm not doing this because he's treating me a certain type of way. Okay. Well, if you're not in that place where you can help a person and put your feelings to the side, then move along and don't. Because I understand we're not going to reach everybody. That's understood. But what I do understand is, for those that are willing to be reached, reach them, show them love, give them the respect they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody deserves chances. Everybody deserves the opportunity to be shown love. Nobody out here is perfect. Nobody's going to always get it right the first time. But that's where we step in and we show them how to be happy. You might do something as simple as paying for them to go out to dinner with you. That can make their whole day change. Something as simple as cash apping for gas money. A random, text message of, hey, I'm just checking on you. People need that. I have yet to meet a person that can really coincide by themselves and not crumble. Because I know I'm a human being, and I know that situations and trials definitely happen, and they definitely will make you crumble. We have good days, we have bad days. But if your bad days are outweighing your good days, then we need to figure out what it is that's going on so we can get you healthy and happy. We have to love each other. Straight up. That's just my thing. Like, there's no condition to living. We on this beam together. You ride, I'm riding. People need to hear that. Somebody got their back and they 10 toes behind them. We gotta show each other love, y'all. We do. We do. So, I just really want y'all to be happy. I really want y'all to get out here and establish businesses. Get y'all faith in check. Do everything you want to do. But remember, and ask yourself the question, do you really want to be happy? It's no cost to be happy. This was episode 21.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. Yes, God.